And I just
I mean, I am, but
I pushed this live, so I'm pretty sure everyone just heard that perfect and that you said you were.
shh, no one will hear.
Is that the rule?
All right, looks like we're good. Everyone else here ready?
Yep.
I'm never ready, but that's how I like to roll.
I have alcohol. I'm good.
I am ready as I ever will be.
I have lots of alcohol, so I'm plenty good.
Audio sounding good.
It looks good. Yeah. Let me test one thing.
Get in touch with your wizard.
There we go. Mr. Sound's working.
If Mr. Sound was broken, we'd be okay.
No, we wouldn't. No theme song.
Right.
All right, let me get this Shizzo on the Rizode. Might want to send that tweet out.
It's Saturday, March 3rd, go for it.
I'm going for it right now. One more sip. Ooh, let me hit the record button. That would be a terrible travesty. Haha. Aha. All right, sip of water real quick and we'll start the show. Today is Saturday, March 3rd, 2018. This is episode 70 of Maelstrom Radio.
Maelstrom Radio. With your hosts, Flatus and Shinder.
And welcome to Maelstrom Radio. My name is Flatus. With me, as always, this host loves his toast buttered. It's Shin.
Especially when it's garlic butter.
That's a specific...
What?
Like, even on breakfast toast?
Yeah. Put a little bit of cheese. Like, why not? Garlic bread is delicious at all hours.
But bread makes you fat.
Okay.
Listen, for head up on the knowing of what bread does. We're not alone. We're not alone today. We're not alone today. Oh no, chat, where'd chat go?
You broke the chat. We do.
Yeah, this host might be quiet the whole time. I'm gonna mispronounce this. I think Ager.
Here.
Ayer. They were quiet. Like, say it right, or I'm not saying hello. But you could say it. You could say hello. You could say hello now. Or not. Maybe they are quiet. Just stay silent. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna butcher this next name. Let's see. This host may be 3 sheets to the wind by the end of this. Iota.
Hello, hello. And actually, I've only had 1 glass of wine.
I said by the end of this.
You might need more after this.
You might be the whole bottle by the end of this. This host likes them bucks thick. It's Dylan.
Hi.
I was gonna go with this host may be the unofficial groupie of Maelstrom Radio. It's Dylan.
Oh my goodness. Thanks for that.
I mean, I said unofficial. I mean, do you want to be officiated?
I was gonna say there, but I just left that one alone.
I would have to ask what benefits that comes with first. I mean, anytime before you accept a position, you have to know what's all involved.
Anything with benefits with Maelstrom Radio is a good time. Maelstrom Radio and benefits. Sign up today.
Help me.
You can't. You're part of the business. You're part of the machine now. How's it going?
Forwards and back, and we're forwards and back.
Oh, we're going that. Oh God, we're that kind of machine. Anyway, we have news, so we should probably roll through that because we have folks here that want to talk to us. There's new optional items up on the market. You can now power up. You can do your kames, get ready, throwdowns. I'm gonna be Super Saiyan level 89. What are they on now? Don't they have different levels of Super Saiyan, like Super Saiyan 4 or something?
I have no idea because I've never really paid attention.
You ever notice that Saiyans are like Scientology, like you got to go up? Yeah, like Scientology has levels.
To pay money?
Yeah. That's I don't know if you know how Super Saiyans work, but you got to pay money to get better at it.
I do not. I'm pretty sure, as much as I've watched Dragon Ball, no one's ever gone Super Saiyan yet.
Well, if they do,
I'm
they
very beginning of the first original ones.
Well, you'll know when they turn Super Saiyan. They turn into Tom Cruise. You can also buy the Songbird dance from last year. An outfit. You could buy a nice outfit. Some Sakura flower, like flap. Oh damn it!
I just want the. Good job. I want the sticks, the glow sticks.
But that's not an optional item. That's like a guaranteed item. I think we also there may be a thing where we propose to a woman. I don't know what's called. I haven't done the quest yet.
We'll have to try that out once I can get in.
Yeah. Also, speaking of wooing women or men or people wooing, I'm gonna
or Lalafell.
You know what? Wooing is probably the best thing I could have said. The other thing I was going to say was way worse. Would you like to know what I was thinking? Because I kind of want to say it.
I kind of do, but I kind of know I shouldn't.
Here is a group of people that creatively learned how to moisten loins. Winners of the Valentine Creative Writing Contest. Episode 70, I got to drop the term moisten loins. These people are never going to be on our show ever again. Someone's drinking their 8th glass of wine right now. So a lot of people wrote really awesome poetry for Valentines. I believe Maester Xanos. Maester Xanos. I have to read his because his is. Can I read his real quick? It's Garuda's.
Okay, only one though.
That's it. I'm gonna read this one. How the wind sweeping through my sails reminds me of thee, thy tempest grace and roaring gale, breathing your own life into me, whilst thy first impressions did not avail. Such roaring passion that pierced mine ears through gusty bouts of primal rage, did not to rise within me fears, rather did I inspire this mage. Past Ifrit's fire and Titan's might, Leviathan's whirl, and Rama's judgment. My will was steel, as my eyes saw the light. I would weather the storm. All fear was now absent. Garuda, my breath, the air is that I seek. I would have you descend from the skies where you sleep. I would feel your feathers upon my cheek. I would feel our love run ever more deep. My desire is ever the more you to your breeze. In my search, I've a lifetime to spend, for my heart will be still as I gaze upon thee, and my quest for you will be at an end. Dude, that's great.
That's better than I can write for sure.
Listen, I'm gonna dote on. I want to just go run Garuda by myself and just read this to her, see what happens. And last but not least, 4.25 is dropping quite soon. In fact, it's dropping on the 13th, if I remember correctly. That's the Tuesday. Yeah, it is the 13th of March. So roughly 2 weeks. We will get the Forbidden Land of Eureka, something Shin and I are very excited for. Also, we get to even further Hildebrand Adventures, and also the picture they use in the show notes is now my new avatar on all social media.
That is officially like your incarnation in the game. Like, is that?
It is a little bit, isn't it? They don't have beards, but that's the closest thing they get is like the Wario like mustache.
It's a terrible mustache.
And then they're like, yeah. Like that guy just dropped the worst joke. And like that guy just said moisten loins in game. And can't wait to meet that character. If it isn't me, I'll be sad.
It'll be looking into a mirror. Just kind of scary.
Oh yeah.
So
And
we have community news. It's not written down, but it's pretty much the whole point of this show.
I figured it was the main the whole point of this. So
That's what I mean. Like, we have community news. It's the whole show is community news.
the whole shows.
This is the first episode we've actually done, I think, purely on the community, or with the community, rather, I should say.
Yes, in the sense of outside of the realm of other content creators and their takes on things of RP and then at nature. This is us wanting to reach out to the RP community, just not in a sense of, hey, these are, this is a stage reborn, or this is those two guys we sometimes hang out with. The Crucible.
Chili and Paul?
Yeah, Chili and Paul. And so we decided that there's this we sponsored a blitzball team. Why not invite the folks behind the whole blitzball everything onto the show? And they said yes. Joke's on them. Welcome to Maelstrom Radio, Dylan, Ayer, and Iota.
Luckily, with everything going on, you don't actually have to listen to our opinions this time. We get to talk to other people's and have good thoughts on the show.
Yeah. So let's go through and if you can.
So, quick thing.
Oh.
Para's pointing out that Limsa sucked and lost, and I'm really disappointed in Limsa for this. But we still love you.
Thank you. And just to note for Para, the Gill Turtles have yet to lose, so they will lose their first game. I'm counting on it.
It's okay.
I'm cheering for whatever team is not them.
It's okay though, because the Buccaneers are the hottest team in all of the league. Like the Gill Turtles look like fried bananas. Like just tostones. Just like flattened starchy
You're not even
bananas.
participating. You're already throwing out the trash talk.
They're Gill Turtles. At best, Paris team is just a bunch of 80s bad guys with money.
That's kind of what they are, actually, is they're supposed to be stereotypical 80s bad guys with not just money, with a shitload of money.
See? I'm not even playing and I know what's going down.
The rest of us are practicing out in the ocean, and they have like this custom built stadium out in the desert that's all, pimp.
I just want to listen. I just want to be the secret owner of the Buccaneers, and we don't have any money, but we're out doing a car wash.
We don't need money. We have the ocean.
We need to do car washes or boat washing or barnacle scraping.
How does boat washing work?
This it does it matter?
Anyway.
There's a dinghy joke in there, and I'm not gonna touch it. Anyway,
Don't touch the boat.
Yeah, let Dylan, Ayer, and Iota introduce themselves. Who would like to go first? No, nobody's going.
Well, I guess it's up to me then. I am Iota Draconis in game. For the Blitzball tournament, I whipped up an NPC of Urga Roncelo, which is horribly butchering French Ellison names, because why the fuck not? And I am one of the admins for our little Menphilia's Madness tournament.
I guess I'll go next.
Are you? No, go ahead. Tag you in.
Tag. I played Dylan Thorne. She is primarily a bard, but when she saw that there was going to be a Blitzball thing, she decided to try to gather up a team of entirely girls. So, and essentially staged a hostile takeover of the Limson Buccaneers. So,
As is only proper.
As is only, yeah, it's very appropriate.
We're still waiting for the Maelstrom Radio edition where everybody just stages a takeover Maelstrom Radio. I hope it's all women.
I can plot that.
Shit, our luck's turning around.
We might have to upgrade you from unofficial to official soon.
Yeah. And last but not least,
my name is Ayer Hirosan. I have insomnia, so I thought we should play Blitzball.
Fair. Good enough answer for me. It's okay. When I have insomnia, I was like, hey, Maelstrom Radio.
So I do have to ask very quickly, especially for people like me who are not familiar at all and did not play the other Final Fantasy games, can someone give a quick rundown of what Blitzball is?
Blitzball is from Final Fantasy X. It is basically underwater murder rugby, where you go and beat the shit out of each other. Wait, we can swear on this, right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay. It's a little bit too late now.
Fuck it. Just
don't worry, we're not live or anything.
Okay. Yeah. It's basically murder rugby, where you go and you beat the shit out of each other for this little blue soccer ball, and it's underwater. And what was the team that was fucking? I don't remember. It was Luca Goers. Those are the assholes to beat. So those are basically the Guild Turtles. But yeah, it was because Final Fantasy X has a shit ton of nostalgia points. People seem to be rather fond of this, to put it tactfully.
I've definitely heard like mixed reviews when someone mentions Blitzball. Like some people are like, yeah, Blitzball, and other people are just like, no.
I think that's because the actual in-game mechanics were horribly just... It was absolute trash. I don't really have any memories of it because that was a side mission, and as a young teenager when I played Final Fantasy X, I ignored it. But it was... I think it's just the concept of the sport that people are like, that they're attracted to.
Same for me. I like the idea of underwater murder ball, and but as the mechanics for the actual game itself were, it was rough because it's like, hey, who likes underwater combat? But instead of combat, we'll do sports. Enjoy murder ball. But other than that, sounds dope. So, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
All you.
So with that in mind, and knowing that the Blitzball mechanics weren't that great in 10, but you're kind of interested in the sport, how did you go kind of converting it into an RP event for Final Fantasy XIV?
We sat in the pool of the goblet and screamed at each other for 7 hours.
And how does that differ from normally sitting in the goblet?
And
Because
screaming
that
at
sounds
each
like
other.
us.
We just scream at each other. We don't have to be in the goblet.
I'm sorry, you're cracking up over here. Yeah, there was lots of planning sessions, and there was lots of initially trying to hammer out the mechanics. There was, I think, one point where we just got so confused that we threw out everything we had worked on and started from scratch because we had no idea what the fuck we were doing anymore.
Hey, that does sound like an episode of Maelstrom Radio.
About all of them. Have you watched all 70 episodes? That's pretty much how we got here.
Excuse me as I try not to die over here.
From the realization that's been 70 episodes, or?
No, I was laughing and then choking, and now I'm going to drink water.
All right. Yeah, well, I need you to live. Keep going.
I try.
Yeah. So I need to know, because there's a lot of teams, and and how many players per team?
6 players minimum. We do, I think every single team has at least one alternate, so there's a shit ton of players.
So was it hard finding that many our peers like wanting to come and do this, or was it like we're doing Blitzball and just everybody's like, woo, sad move?
We filled up within 45 minutes.
Holy
Well, okay. Let me say this. So we sign up. We send out the initial call to arms, and Dylan here fucking signs up, and then immediately basically says hold my beer, trots out, gets the fucking Limps and Spice Girls.
That's a great. That's perfect.
Back in. The other teams filled up relatively fast. I think surprisingly the ones that we had the hardest time getting people to sign up for were the 2 Garlean teams. I know that my team, the Ishgard Eyes, we had to fucking cut people off because I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I have 6 people and I have 4 alts. This is getting ridiculous. I almost have another goddamn team here. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Fair. Really, the Garlean, I feel, because knowing that so many people are Garlean sympathizers, you would think that the Garlean teams would have been had filled up pretty quickly.
The Garlean teams had very specific requirements on how they could join or who was able to join. That's why they filled up the least. For the Technici, only Garlean soldiers could sign up. There were no civilians allowed, and they had to have a certain amount of combat experience. Every team had a requirement.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of worse things
I'm a little bit worried when you say worse things. Usually they get pretty bad.
I thought they all had to be eunuchs or something.
I considered that.
No, make it a requirement for the Ul'Dan team.
Yeah, that was a requirement for the guild turtles being a eunuch.
Para's a eunuch. Anyway.
Oh, that's gonna be great in chat here.
Yep, that's gonna.
The secret's out.
All right, so what was the most difficult part of coordinating all these this many people? I know I knew that Dylan had thrown me into a Discord specific for the Buccaneers. Were there separate Discords for all these teams and everybody's working together and then coordinating outside of that? That sounds crazy to me.
No, we had mostly just one kind of central hub that I lurked on constantly because this is, full disclosure, this is really the first time that I have run anything, much less something to this magnitude. And so I decided that, it was okay, we're doing this, and and it's like, okay, all right, I'll give one of the other free company leaders a break. And then next thing I know, there's discords and spreadsheets and posters and flyers, and I look and I realize that I have 60 goddamn people in the Discord. Like, I don't, what am I doing? Like, I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. But
it's fine.
So is this like, was the reaction to this a lot better than you were expecting? Like, were you expecting this many people to be this enthusiastic about this event, or?
Oh no, we were the entire time ever since we first put out. I'm also speaking for myself here, but the entire time it has been just, holy shit, I can't believe it's grown this much. Like, I never in my wildest dreams thought that my suggestion to Ayer about doing a March Madness style tournament would just kind of almost spiral into, like, we've got what it has become, which is like, hey, we've got like a shit ton of people. We're making new friends left and right. We've got like charity. We're donating to charity. We're almost crashing the Ruby Sea. Congratulations, guys, we did it.
As long as no one fishes.
Them's the rules. Them's the rules. You might catch a buck. And if you catch,
I was just thinking that it's like, first time somebody fishes, and all of a sudden a Blitzball player pops out of the sea.
If I caught a buck, I don't know.
Oh no!
I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I'd be like, do I throw her back? What do I do here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I feel like that would be offending. Like that, I would feel offended if somebody threw me back.
Ah, damn it! Not another gill turtle.
Oh, we got another gill turtle here. Welcome.
No, I meant if you fished one up. Never mind.
Oh, you mean if I fished up a gill turtle? I'd probably
Yes.
shake him for the money and then I'd throw him back. I mean, at least I was getting money out of him.
Fair.
Pay me to throw you back. Or else I mount you on my wall. No?
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Okay. All right. So, how is...
Sorry, 1 second. Someone in chat, scrolling. Makaya? Sorry if I mispronounced her name. If you catch a Mikote Blitzball player, is it a catfish?
Only if they trick you.
Only
That
if
was
they
great.
pretend to be a Rayan, then it's a catfish.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Next on Aorthian catfish. How is Blitzball played in RP? How do you do the thing? How do you play a sport with no sporting?
Well, let me tell you. First of all, we abuse the fuck out of the /random command. Like, it is kind of seeing a couple games having been played, I do realize that it is slightly a flaw of the design, but when you only really have player positions, waymarkers, and the /random, you gotta work with what you got. So I know that Ayer has a handy dandy little pamphlet thingy that explains the mechanics, or about 75% of them. The rest of them we're just kind of all agreed on because we were too lazy to put them in, because it gets to a point where just you have so many fires to put out. But yeah, so it's basically, there are 5 zones. You got the center zone, which is where the blitz-off starts, and then it's, despite Blitzball being kind of in Final Fantasy XII being kind of in a circular arena, we said, fuck it, no, it's going to be linear, because it's kind of to keep the keep the least amount of complication into this, because not only do we have to come up with the rules, we had to go and teach it to 60 other asshats. I love you guys, but you're all asshats.
Welcome to the asshats.
Yes, I do see that. I think Dylan, did you put that in there? Okay, yes, that
I
was
did,
like,
yes.
thank you. But yeah, so that is the mechanics of Blitzball, where you /random if you want to go and slug somebody in the face. Just please put that you're blocking and yell, and put that you're slugging someone in the face in the flavor text, because otherwise I will get very, very mad at you.
Fair.
So, when you're running one of these events, like the organizing side, how chaotic is it to keep track of everything? How many glasses of wine does it take to get through an entire day of this?
How many looks does it take to get to the center of a Blitzball team?
It's not so much wine, it's how often do I chain smoke. Let's be realistic.
Fair.
And it takes a lot, because we have to organize the teams. We had to Ayer and I, we had to do the mechanics. I mean, granted, we did have kind of a team of Golden Glory people backing us up and smoothing and ironing those out. But we also had, and then there was, once we get the mechanics done, we had to move on to the practice phase. So we had to make sure that Ayer and myself, I think we had one or two other people, were there at every single practice to run them. So every like my lovely asshats, every time that you saw a practice that you didn't go to, Ayer and I were at those. So yeah, that chewed up a shit ton of our time. And then like there was coordinating the opening ceremonies, there was coordinating the actual games themselves. There's a ton of stuff that goes behind the scenes, goes into one of these events, that I am not sure just how much people are aware of, because it naturally is behind the scenes.
That's it seems not like it's because as much fun as I know that this all is, do you ever find it like, why did I decide to do this? Do you ever have that moment you're like, ugh? Like you're like on your second pack of the day, you're like, man, these Marlboro 100s just aren't getting any cheaper. This headache's not going away.
I like cocaine.
Yes.
Oh, you did listen to our last episode then.
Nice.
Yes, I am trying to not sound like an unintelligent fuckwit, but at the same time, yes, I do. I swear up a storm normally. But yeah, there were some times when I was I not seriously regret it, but there were some times when it's like, why did I do this? Why I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have not said anything. Like and then I could actually be getting sleep.
Sleep's overrated, though. So, like, would you do this sort of event again then?
I cannot speak for myself or anybody else. Well, I can't speak for myself. I can only speak for myself. But yes, I would do this again. There would be some things that we would definitely want to change. I think kind of some of the organizational structures, like how I think there's maybe a little bit of the pressure put onto Ayer and myself. But other than that, I think and maybe some of the mechanics of Blitzball we would change. No, we are not fucking holding a Winter Games, okay? I'm sorry, I work at a church. I am not. My December is already swamped. I'm sorry. Like, we're not holding a Winter Games.
As someone who originally comes from Canada, winter goes from like November to like April. So there's a large amount of winter.
Listen, baby Jesus gets his time in December, not you assholes. I just broke Shin. I broke Shin.
It's always winter in Ishgard.
No,
It's true.
Yes, it is. It is always
There's-
Blitz'd and
there's-
Ishgard.
there's no room at the inn in Ishgard for Jesus.
No, that's at the new Ananta place.
Oh yeah, true. So wait, then I have a lot of questions about the three wise men at this point. Is that the next episode? Episode 71, we discuss the finer points of the three wise men in Eorzea. Who wants to come on an RP on that one? Anyway. All right, so out of all this, having been players and coordinators, on the player side of things, what's your favorite blitzball position? And how did you create positions like something that I don't think that was super clearly explained in 10.
We did take the player position, the player position names from 10 with the center, the forwards, the defender, the goalie. And personally, my favorite position is the goalie because you get to sit there with your thumb up your ass and make daisy chains and not do anything until there's a shot on goal, and then suddenly everybody is paying attention to you, and you are either the star of the show or your entire team just looks at you with utter shame and distaste.
I'm used to that second one.
Utter shame and distaste.
Everyone's staring at you.
Oh.
I mean, we do this podcast.
Oh, is that where the utter shame and distaste comes?
When everyone else stares at us, yeah,
All
a
right,
little.
fair.
Maybe it'll change this year at FanFest, but we'll see.
Oh. I do have a question. Since Blitzball was popular, and I might be over, like, do you ever think like, hey, we could do like a version of I can't think of, I just blanked on the name of
If you were going to say the Festival of the Hunt, yes, we have plans for that.
No, but now I broke that. Yeah. But I did break that out. So I'm gonna put a pin in that real quick. I was gonna ask about Quidditch.
We do have those broom mounts.
Because beaters and seekers and goalkeepers, and I'm thinking like you absolutely do like Quidditch.
We could do it in the Sea of Clouds, Iota.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, please, can we just do it during summer when I actually have time and I don't have classes and work and I can just be a neat, please?
Right.
We can use the mounts, Iota.
As long as Shin and I can call Quidditch matches.
We can have 37 teams, Iota.
Okay, no, I fucking draw the line at 16 teams, and I get dibs on being the snitch. You hear me? I want to be the goddamn snitch.
Only if it's a Lalafell.
No, I'm gonna be a fucking Femro, and you will not stop me.
Be the most fabulous golden femro the world has ever seen.
Somebody tries to grab the snitch, and she just turns around and like clocks you right in the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone spends the whole game trying to find her in the first place.
Where is she? I don't even know where she is. I don't even know.
We could do the Tri-Wizard Tournament, Iota.
True.
Can I be the dragon? I want to eat someone.
Can I be the maze? I just want somebody to get lost in me. No? Is that not good?
So, but on the risk of going way too off the topic of getting new and crazy ideas and letting you have even less sleep than you currently do, like you mentioned, the Feast of the Hunt and other events. Do you have any other plans for other tournaments coming up, or are you going to have kind of a break now that you've kind of finished or are finishing up rather? The Blitzball tournament, or what are your plans kind of for the future?
Tomorrow we're doing a gigantic Alliance versus Garland fight.
Yes, the Phi Slamma Gamma, which will take place in Oz's Law, and basically will be a all-out, drag-out brawl between the I can speak, I swear, between the Eorzean Alliance and whatever Garleans decide to show up. Which unfortunately I will not be able to attend because I will be traveling. I am very disappointed. I am looking at you, Leary. I am blaming this all on you, and I know you're listening.
We're also doing a cherry viewing festival in Yangshe. We're doing the Festival of the Hunt. We're doing a Carbuncle tournament. We're doing a Magitech Garland Monster Truck Rally.
I have several questions. Several instant questions. First of all, what's that? What was the cherry thing? A cherry hunt? A cherry viewing?
Have you never heard of like a cherry blossom viewing festival?
Oh, cherry blossom viewing festival. I thought they were just looking at cherries. What's going on?
Yes, one of the things that we held earlier this year was, I think it was like on January 2nd, was this massive street festival in Shirogane, and we managed to crash someone's computer because there were so many fucking people there. The chat scroll was the worst I have seen, and honestly, that's why I fucked off from all of the Blitzball after parties, because I get overwhelmed.
That's complete. I understand that completely. So, with all these different events, is there any place that you kind of keep track of these, or like have a calendar or something that people can kind of reference or go and view? Specifically, people that might not be as actively involved.
Well, we do have the Golden Glory Discord, which is the free company that Ayer and I both belong to. Other than that, I think we're technically no, we're not making a Google Calendar. I don't want to make a Google Calendar. I think we are on. I know that some people will put them onto the Balmung RP bot that shows up. No, Seal, I am not doing the thing. Fuck you, go to hell. I love you, Seal. Please don't hurt me.
What's
Tumblr.
I'm trying to like look in chat. What's the thing?
Oh, there we go.
I just linked it, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Dylan.
Okay. There's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, for anybody who is not on Balmung, we have the Balmung RP calendar Tumblr page, and a great bunch of people, they collect any types of event postings that people put up on Tumblr, and also we have the role-playing consortium. Anything that's posted on those forums, they will replicate there on the Balmung RP calendar, so it lists everything week by week. It's really great.
Awesome. Like, okay, I know we're kind of starting running into time, so I'm going to try to go really, really fast with this. One of the things that did get brought up with this Blitzball, which was really awesome, and Dylan kind of drove everything with this, was the idea to bring extra life into Blitzball and to actually have Blitzball teams sponsor groups with extra life. So do you want to kind of explain that a little bit, or how did you come up with that idea, and what is kind of involved with that?
The origin of the idea came when I was actually listening to one of your podcasts at work, and you were talking about some of the extra life fundraising that you might do throughout the year. And I was also thinking about some of the, like, we had the upcoming first Blitzball games that weekend. So this was the Friday before the first game.
Okay.
And
this was the morning of the opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
I wake up to this message of Iota, I have an idea, and I'm just sitting there, like, still in bed, half asleep. I'm just
I just had gotten to work. And I got a message, Gladys.
Unfortunately, I have, that problem. I'll have an idea, and I'm like, hey, guess what? So I tossed the idea over at Iota, and I'm like, I know you're going to murder me, but here's the idea. And I explained to her this idea where we would try to encourage people to sponsor whatever their favorite team was. And for typically every goal that that team would score, they would pledge $3 towards Extra Life. And then any other goal scored by another team, then they would pledge probably about $1 to that team's goal. And it was kind of an idea as far as a way to really get community members who aren't necessarily playing blitzball to really invest in the teams. Not that they wouldn't already be invested, but this is kind of that extra step that this all means something outside of just role play. So I passed it on to Iota. I'm like, what do you think? And she did say something like, first, I kind of do want to murder you, but it's a good idea.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, when you approached me that morning, I was like, yeah, no, go for it. It's like, yeah, please go do the thing. Because it was, for me, it was a no-brainer to say yes, absolutely. I'm never gonna say no to not helping out for Extra Life for us and the Final Fantasy content creators group, because we did raise like a little over 5,000 last year, and starting out earlier, and when you came to me with the idea, I was like, you're just gonna make us hit our goals sooner so we have bigger goals to hit later in the year.
I mean, I woke up, I don't know if it was the same day or if it was a different day, but I woke up to an email, or actually, no, I woke up to a bunch of people liking a tweet that automatically got sent out saying, hey, you've raised $100 for Extra Life already. I'm like, wait, what happened? And I had to like message Flatus, and I'm like, I had no idea what was going on, and everyone was starting to try to explain to me what was happening. And yeah, it was a pretty awesome thing to wake up to one day.
Yeah, and what I can definitely say is, without a year and Iota coming up with this idea, there would really not be the fundraising aspect. That's what got the entire community really invested in it. And for the most part, I mean, after the idea was kind of put out there, I think a lot of people in the community ran with it. Last check, we have, I think, 10 or 11 sponsors, and I know that there's a couple people who contacted me even just today about wanting to kind of jump in and do pledges. So I think, especially as the tournament goes on, the community is going to get even more excited, I hope, and then invest in it. So
it's completely blown me away, and I can't thank you and the entire community enough on this.
Yeah, and I believe I cut you off, right?
I don't know.
You're like, I don't know. Well, I was gonna say, I will say this, like, last year, I know for the last couple of years, Shin's been wanting to hit his goal, and the 500, and I
hit them most years.
Yeah, you have, and I think last year we didn't hit it, but I was like, I'm like, when people started, yeah, but I mean, still though, like, when this stuff like this starts happening, we're grateful. We're totally indebted to people like you, Dylan, and like reaching out to the rest of the blitzball players and saying, hey, you want to help out with this? Because it's like, oh, hey, people actually like want to help us.
So I have, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
I was going to change the topic, so if you want to say it, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, other than the initial idea, I mean, I cannot take responsibility for this. I think it's definitely the community has taken ownership of it and has really started driving it. I mean, at this point, I'm just the person who keeps track of the spreadsheet and all of the points that are scored. Everybody else, all of the 10 and, future sponsors, I mean, definitely, I mean, they're the ones that deserve the credit. Any funds raised, it's going to be up to them, and it's going to be they're the ones who get to take the glory.
Thank you.
For the kids. Yeah. All right, I know that we're coming up on time, and we do have a pretty tight deadline today. One really quick question I want to ask the three of you, the exact same question, and who you can fight over whoever answers first. What's your favorite part about Balmung and RPing, and like overall, like what's your favorite thing? One thing. Go.
The ERP.
Fair. All right, fair.
That's fair. Yep.
High five. Woo!
With your kobold ERP, your summon ERPer.
Wait. I got a lot of. Wait a minute. Can we stretch this? I got a lot of questions about Kobold.
It went off completely as soon as that happened.
Yeah.
It was like completely quiet, and then that just whoosh.
What's involved with Kobold ERP?
Okay. So this is another offhanded comment that I made. And I forget what exactly what route the that mental train of logic took, but then suddenly suddenly Ayer has another character. Not like he needs another one, because goddamn crazy asshole has about like 50 of them. But he has Aegir of the 69th Legion, and he is a summoned ERPer, and he is a kobold. This is because we are serious role players who role play serious things.
Love it. Real quick though, shout out to Safe as Sephiroth in chat for subscribing to us on Twitch Prime. Thank you, sir.
And someone did link a Tumblr post about it.
Oh yes, Ayer draws comics, and they are usually incredibly hysterical.
Oh, that's like link us to that. We'll share that out. I need that in my life. So, are you on Twitter? We will follow Twitters.
I don't know if Ayer's on Twitter.
Ayer got on Twitter. We will promote this shit out of you. So all right, Dylan, what's your favoriteest thing about the Balmungs and the RPs on there?
I think my favorite thing about Balmung and the RPs on that particular server is the creativity of the entire community. People like Ayer and Iota who come up with stuff like Blitzball. There's also then people like Opera who put on different plays, and I mean just there's everybody who puts on all these different kinds of events. I think I remember you even saying on one of your podcasts, the people who aren't bored right now, it's the RPers, and it's absolutely true. The hardest thing is trying not to get too burnt out on all of the different, events and options that we have. So I think that's definitely my favorite thing about the RP scene.
Who didn't we hear from? Was it Ayer?
No, that would be me, because remember, Ayer's favorite part of the RP is the ERP.
That's right, the ERP. They specifically the Cobalt.
Yeah, the Cobalt.
Specifically.
I am going to go through the kind of somewhat sappy sentimental route. And it's going to say it's the people, because it's like on a slightly personal note. I suffer from really bad depression, so being able to reach out to all of these different people that I have met through this game and just connect with them is like it keeps me going sometimes. I can't look at the chat scroll because it's too distracting.
Fair.
Lots of love coming in.
Fair. Yeah, there is lots of love coming in.
Yeah, but honestly, this is my social circle. I don't really have I have friends that I hang out with in real life, but other than that, these are who I consider to be my friends. So it's that the short and sweet, that is my answer. It's the friends that I have made through here.
Nice. I will say this, that I don't think I ever mentioned this on the show. I think this is solely like in Crucible chat when I found out. Somebody had linked me to the I think Balmung has a thanks from Balmung or Balmung thanks server or Tumblr page. Am I correct on that?
Balmung's blessings.
There you go. Balmung's blessings. There was a Balmung's blessings, and I rarely use my Tumblr, but I was tagged in something, and it was I'd like to thank it was Safe as Sephiroth, Bahamut, and a host who doesn't that's not on Balmung. Flatus is when Shin was out last year, and I was doing a lot of the RP episodes. defending RP, talking about Kotaku and why people should RP, and learning about RP myself, somebody thanked me. And if you're in chat, I don't know who you are. If you listen to this show, thank you so much. But if you're here now, if you're secretly here on the show right now, thank you so much. Like I was blown away that someone thanked me, of all people, like for standing up for RP and the RP community. That's part of the reasons why I think Shin and I do this show, is not only to reach out to like other content creators and have them come on our show and talk for an hour, but to support the things they're passionate about and the servers they're passionate about. And regardless if like, and I've said this before, regardless if you're on Balmung or if you're on any server, small or large, if you're RPing there and you have a community there, be proud of what you do, because I'll say it again, and Dylan said it earlier, like when everybody else is bored of the content drought, the RP community will always have something to do. And something I usually am jealous of, but I RP. I'm trying to RP. I'm trying to get in there, mixing it in.
As someone who does not really RP, not for lack of, excuse me, sorry, was involved like years and years ago, kind of vaguely, but yeah, I'm definitely feeling content drought at this point.
Yeah.
Come to us. Join us. Join us.
I would, but Square Enix broke my authenticator.
Yeah, we're
different story, but
different story, different day.
All right, kind of coming to the end of the show. I know that there's a few things that you want to say. Do you want to go ahead and give a quick promotion for your events?
Yes.
Yes. And silence. Yes, I would.
I go to tell them about our events.
There you go. That's how you sell it.
Oh, all
There
right.
we
Yes,
go.
this is how the relationship works. He's the evil mastermind, and I'm the one who talks. Yes, we do have
Sounds
the
familiar.
we do have the Eorzean / Garlean fucking battle royale cage match tomorrow. We have the Cherry Blossom Festival. Is it a festival or is it a viewing? I don't give a fuck. We have.
It's a wake.
We Golden Glory again. I'm gonna slightly shill the free company that we're in. Go to the Tumblr. Like Larry, I know you're. Could you link to the Tumblr, please, so that way people can see that. If you short and sweet, if you follow the Tumblr, that's where we'll usually post like what we're kind of the events that we're doing, the events we're cooking up, like our year's comics. So it's just you can't go wrong. Subscribe to the Tumblr, guys. Like, come on, do it.
It's fair.
Fair enough. Are there any shout-outs that you want to do before we go? I know I wanted to kind of give a shout-out to all of the different teams, and honestly, I could not name all of them. I know the Buccaneers, and I know the Gill Turtles, and that's about it.
I can do that. We have the Limsa Buccaneers. We have the Uldal Gill Turtles. We have the Grajanian Sea Chocobos. We have the best team, despite our track record, the Ishgard Eyes. We have the Free Alamegan Royal Griffins. We have the Kugane Coben Crushers. We have the Imperial Alamegan Salt Barons, and we have the, I'm going to butcher this name, the Imperial Garlemald, fuck, I'm not, I hear you pronounce it.
Classiare Technaci.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that name.
That one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. What?
It means Navy technicians.
Fair, I guess.
Fuck that name.
Fixer.
Fuck that name. Fuck that name.
They're in the Navy. They're engineers. They're Garlean.
All right. I'm good with it. So, do any of you have any closing thoughts on RP, the Blitzball League, on Balmung, anything at all.
Next year, the Blimps Bucks are going to be the Sanguine Sirens. It's coming. It's going to happen.
You mean the Limps and Spice Girls?
Tell me what you
You
want.
say tomato, I say tomato. Whatever.
Which really,
Come
really would.
ERP with us.
There you go.
As everybody from all the other servers is just gonna think that we're somehow mixing ERP with Blitzball. We play Blitzball naked, guys. This is what we do at Balmung.
It's like the old Greek Olympics. It's everything's done in the nude, covered in oil.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go. You have a new winter event for the next year.
Yeah. Roman,
No, you think you're joking? Do not give him any more bait because he will make events out of anything and everything, and they're always fantastic, and I always wonder how the fuck he does it.
To be fair, though, with this one, if you're all naked, it's probably better to do it in the summer.
It's a winter battle between oxygen and the elements. Come along, folks.
Everybody has to install the nude mod and just go at it.
No Lalafell.
Oh. Oh no.
No, excuse you, the Lalafell are the balls.
There you go. We've angered a lot of Lalafells. Just shrinkage. Is
Shrinkage.
Is shrinkage referring to the Lalafells or other?
Yes.
Yes, that's the right answer. Yes is the right answer. Yes is the right answer. All right. Well, does anybody here have? Oh, go ahead.
I have one last thing I'd like to say because I know that it's getting to be game time, guys. So, yeah, it would be the Crushers versus the Gill Turtles in about 15 minutes. But I would definitely like to thank Dylan just because she's done all of the event, the kind of the charity aspect. She's taken that and fucking run with it. I'd definitely like to thank everybody who participated in, even if it everybody who's participated in the Blitzball tournament so far, just because without everybody working together and dancing this dance, there would be no event. And also, I would like to thank Wendy for helping out and doing such an amazing job with all the music and shit, and getting like the cheerleaders for the games, and in that the little bubble thing where all the spectators are with the murder snails.
We didn't even learn about murder sales. And I want to thank. I would like to thank our guests, Ayer, Iota, and Dylan for coming out. Thank you, all three of you, for coming out, explaining what the Blitzball League, how the RP community came up with this on Balmung. It's fantastic, and thank you, Dylan, again and everybody that's supporting, not just Dylan, but everybody that's supporting Extra Life with Blitzball. Like, words, I have no words. Like, I'm just like, the fact that people are like, yeah, no, of course. here's money. Thank you all. Like, that means a lot to us. Speaking for Shin, but Shin agrees.
You're very welcome. We were happy to do it.
All right. So I clicked off the thing. Get back into it. Anyways, go ahead, Shin.
I was gonna say, after all of that lovely discussion about Balmung, you can kind of try to convince people to come to Gilgamesh, but I don't know how well that's gonna work.
I know how it's gonna work. Listen, watch me. If you want to support an FC trying to not only, hang out with the two funny guys on this show, comedy is it's like art. It's based on how you look at it. We're an art installation piece here. If you like our comedy, if you like our show, and you want to show support, and you have the ability or want to even just make an alt and throw it into our FC and hang out with us, come hang out. we want to start RP with our FC. Shin and I are not the people to set that stuff up. We are the noob level of that stuff. But if you want to, and you're somebody who's like, hey, listen, I got the time and I can come in there and I'll talk to us. If you want to come in there and create RP events for us, please. We have a large house. We have plenty of space. We got all the things. We coordination and RP is what we lack, and we have plenty of people that would probably come out for it, and we would like to drum up that sort of community that's not just we have an FC, I think, that would like to incorporate just not PvE and PvP but also RP as well. We're very open as an FC group, and we respect all servers, but like I said, if you want to throw an alt and make that your side, like, you want to make us your side chick, we're okay with it. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Shin, but just don't use us. Just buy us nice jewelry and we'll keep it on the DL. And so speaking of the DL, you could probably find us here weekly. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask one quick question. For anyone who's interested in going and viewing, I cannot get into the game, nor do I have a character on Balmung yet because of the server restrictions. But for those who want to come out and spectate, how can they find you?
Yes.
We are located at the beautiful Anemone Garden Stadium in Ruby Sea.
Anatomy.
Anime Mono.
Yes, at the Ammonia Stadium.
I think Dylan was going to start streaming next week because this is the second round of the amazing what is the Elite Eight. Next week will be the Final Four, and then the week afterwards will be the finals to go with the March Madness theme.
So next week, we will restream or host Dylan here as well on our channel next, I believe Saturday, right? You're doing all
That's correct.
All right, so we will be hosting Dylan next Saturday for sure for the semifinals here on our show or on our channel, because we usually do our shows on Fridays. But we
Maybe for our show.
Maybe for which is just in place. I'll just post like the background of the Balmum and put myself in the corner and just call it the whole show. No, I promise we'll do a show next week. And but we'll absolutely be hosting and you can check it out, and we implore that you do and show support for not only what they're doing but see what it's like and watch RP.
And I've also seen some things in chat. There's going to be a party finder up for those looking. Also follow the shouts.
Yeah. So I wish cross server party finder was like a little like Warcraft, where you could hop into other people's worlds, so we could, it didn't matter what realm you were on, that you could hop in there and check it out, but we're not there yet. I hope one day Yoshi people do the thing. So if this is your jam, if this is something you like, if you want to support our show, Maelstrom Radio, you can find us here normally Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. We go live, we joke around, and not, our shows vary each week. We talk about patch notes. It's very deconstructed of a podcast. Sometimes we put out great content. This is probably one of those episodes. Most of the times it's not good. But we
Best
still
episode of the year.
Yeah, woo! Episode 70. But we would love your support. So if you're new here, please, if you feel like this is for you, please give that follow button a click. That helps us. And it'll let you know when we go live. And we promise that if we see that a lot of people are following for this kind of content, I promise you we'll invite more people back. Dylan, Iota, like next time they do some big event like this, we will surely have them back here to talk about it. We want to show, like we said, we do mention like community news, but we're absolutely open to letting the community come and speak on our show. You can find us here, like I said, weekly here Friday 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. You can find our recorded episodes on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Give us a rating on iTunes, 1 star or a 5 star, and let us know how we're doing. It helps us. Yeah, if you rate us higher, it lets us know. But if you rate us a 1, just tell us what we're doing wrong so we can fix it. Same for Google Play and Stitcher. You can find us on maelstromradio.com. That is our website. Brand new website's up. It's pretty great. You should probably go check it out. It's got our links to all of our things on there. Or you can email the show@maelstromradio.com. Do you have questions for us? You just want to tell us how cute we look today? Just let us know.
You look fabulous, darling.
Thank you. I did get a haircut and a beard. I did get a haircut and my beard trimmed today. It's so nice. So soft. You can join our Discord. Our Discord link is on our website. Please come and hang out with us if you just want to chat. You can find us on Twitter, twitter.com/@maelstrom_radio, or just @maelstrom_radio. You can find us on facebook.com/maelstrom_radio. And you can find us here at Twitch, like I said, twitch.tv/maelstrom_radio. I want to thank everyone that showed up. It was like something along the lines of like 45 plus people here. Thank you all. I know a lot of you came out and supported the Blitzball League and the Blitzball tournament. I want to thank you again, Ayer, Iota, and Dylan. Also, I want to thank my best friend and co-host Shin for putting up with me for 70 episodes, and we're creeping up on 100. That is something that 30 episodes away. It's starting to sink in. But thank you so much. Shin, do you want to say goodbye to everybody? Actually, everybody, do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Goodbye, everybody.
I have to pee.
All right, fair. Fair.
All right, thank you for having us.
Till C swallows all.
There you go. All right, let me play the outros and the stuffs. And there you go. Thank you all so much. All 45 plus people here hanging out with us tonight on Maelstrom Radio. Thank you all. Thank you everybody that followed. We'd like to see you every week here discussing not only the news and the comedy and the laughs and Super Saiyan Scientology. You can find this here, like I said, every Friday. I am overwhelmed by the support for not only the RP community and us and everybody that came out. Go find your local RP community on your server, show them support, show them love, and like we say here, till C swallows all, keep listening.
Maelstrom Radio is a production of maelstromradio.com, Blackfire Media Productions. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Opening theme provided by Benjamin Anthony James. You can find more of their music over at soundcloud.com/Ben773. Our outro is provided by Sodo. You can find more of their music over at soundcloud.com/Sodo. Views and opinions expressed on this episode are those of Maelstrom Radio and their hosts, and do not reflect the views and opinions of Square Enix. And until C swallows all, keep listening.